everyone, thank you for watching the Graham Strategy channel, where we follow a portfolio of stocks chosen based on the Graham 7 criteria for the defensive stock investor. Like always, I start by reminding you that I'm not a financial advisor and do not make any recommendations on what you should or should not buy or sell. 2.5 months have passed since the last rebalancing, and we take a look at how the portfolio has performed since then, and let's also try to speculate what lies ahead of us. This slide shows that the performance has been significantly worse than the OMX 30 index since the last rebalancing on March 3rd this year. The Graham portfolio has almost lost 12% since then, while the index has gained a little more than 2%. And looking year to date, we can see the Graham portfolio peaked on February 3rd with a gain of 21.6% and has since then lost almost 16 percentage points, while the OMX 30 index has stayed fairly constant. And taking also dividends into account, the OMX 30 index has done even better with a gain of almost 12.7%. Why is this? Well, the OMX 30 index is made up of the 30 most traded companies in the Swedish stock market. And if we look at the OMX 30 stocks, we see that a vast majority of these companies have performed really well, with Evolution in top with a gain of 38.9% this year. And this is a company quite similar to Betsson, which is in the Graham portfolio, which has gained 42.8% this year. Looking at the P value, we see that many of these companies that have gained 10 to 40% this year, they have a P ratio well above 20, and quite a few much higher than that, or even negative in some cases. The Graham stocks in comparison have very low P ratios, and this may seem counterintuitive, but the market is forward-looking and probably expects the earnings of these companies to drop in a not too distant future. However, the market is rarely a good predictor of the future, so let's see what will happen in the coming months. And speaking of the future, I saw an interesting observation on Alessio Rastani's YouTube channel the other day. See a link to the clip in the description below. He brought up the psychology of a market cycle and the Nasdaq 100. Here you see the psychology of a market cycle, which I've taken from a website which you see below. It starts with hope, then goes to optimism and all the way up to euphoria. And then a crash comes, followed by a slow recovery where people hope the bull run will continue. However, sometime after, when the recession hits, the stock market drops significantly until a panic sets in and many people sell at a loss and swear never to buy stocks again. Then the market starts to recover and the cycle repeats. And comparing this to the Nasdaq 100 during the .com crash, we can see how well this pattern fits with a typical market cycle. Euphoria here around the beginning of year 2000, a quick crash comes, which is followed by complacency before a total market crash unfolds. And comparing this to the current Nasdaq 100, we can see the euphoric peak around January 2022. It then crashed until September last year and has since recovered, and many people seem to expect a new rally to start. However, if this is a typical market cycle, we're far from the bottom and a continued bear market can follow. But no one knows for sure what will happen, so we will have to wait and see what will actually happen. Well, that was all for today. Stay tuned for updates on the portfolio, subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive updates when I release a new video. So until next time, as always, stay sharp and follow your passion.